Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad-Dog HT here. We're in the last week of Alliance War, Season 31, War number 11. We're up against FSI, and we need to win this war. So, in my last war video, I had a viewer comment and say, hey, can you show the defensive map of who you're placing? And I always record it, just so that I have reference to it. And whatnot, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll show the defense from the other team. Our defense, it remains fairly static. We move some stuff around here and there, but in order to find that out, you'll have to just play us if you want that. But I'll start posting these maps just so you can kind of see what we're up against. I fight in BG2, so the map that you see second in BG2 is the map that myself and my battle group is going up against. So yeah, and then check this out. Bans Ghost, M.O.D.O.K, and Doom. So what does that mean? It means this. Flame on, baby. I am so stoked I get to use Human Torch today. So we're going up path 4. And we got a lot of work to do with Torch, and we got Mr. Fantastic on the team, plus SheHulk. In the SheHulk fight, ooh, it's gonna be nice. So we got Tigra on Vigorous Assault, Arc Overload. Put on an Invuln boost just in case we mess up here at the beginning and get tagged. Generally, I try to just kind of stall out that regen. She goes into a heavy, so we just go at it, and then it's just medium, light, medium, stay close, block that first hit on the L1 because we are in close vicinity after ending on a medium, which means it won't be unblockable. And before the Arc Overload can even come back and be considered a problem, boom, Tigra is down in about 30 seconds. Just beautiful. Oh man, Torch. Gonna give me Torch, I'm gonna use Torch. Man, he can do so much, and you'll see he just nukes stuff down. So I do have Mr. Fantastic on this team with SheHulk. So there's two benefits that I get from that. Is one, every debuff that I apply, I get a power sting up to 3. You can see that I already got those 3. And then if you notice at the beginning of the, got hit there, I wasn't managing the Masochism timer, but if you notice on the Tigra fight and this fight, at the beginning of the fight, I get a little burst of power. So it's kind of nice. It's not like a power start 1 or anything like that, but it's a decent amount of power. Does help you to get to a special quicker, and that's basically, you get that if you're at high health. If you're at low health, you actually regen. So yeah, two good synergies coming in play. The nice thing here with Torch on this fight is, you're constantly triggering Masochism, which you might think, oh, that's a bad idea, but the regen is not that bad, and if you have enough Incinerates on with like max to spare, the regen is even more negligible. So you can see he's getting melted down. I did throw off a special 3 to get a little bit of a flame on action. I'm not really going into heavies, mainly because this guy's, I think his limber is fairly decent. I mean, I can get off a heavy. I do have the masteries to get off a heavy even with champs with max limber, but holding the heavy and trying to build up the temperature, it's just not going to happen. I could throw some specials into the block, but yeah, I'm not even going to go there to like build up smolders. And Assassins actually bypassed his immortality, and that was a max sig immortal Hulk, so that was really nice. Next up we have Mangog on note 20, strike counter fury, hit me, I dare you, static defense, Masochism. I have a Magneto guidance for the passive stuns on this, so I don't trigger Masochisms on my stuns. And I have a pre-fight from Odin, both the shock and protection, the Stormbreaker and Dropnir. I'm not sure if I'm saying that one right. And I'm just going to do short combos, medium, light, medium. Not going to do full 5-hit combos because I don't want to build up his hatred charges. He'll build 2 on his own per special 1. Shock damage, nothing, because of the Odin pre-fight. I'm actually healing on that. And you can see on this fight I actually did start with that little burst of power from Mr. Fantastic. That allowed me to kind of get to a special 1 quicker with not really having to worry about the strike counter charges. And before you know it, boom, Mangog dies. Got power stung quite a few times because I have that SheHulk Mr. Fantastic synergy, which is just awesome. It's one of my favorite synergies in the game. Next up, we have this M.O.D.O.K. So I end up putting a Petrify on this fight. I'm not taking this fight. Definitely Torch can do this. We didn't have a white mags pre-fight available to allocate to that fight. So we ended up having Alan take that with his M.O.D.O.K. and no problem. So this is a beautiful fight, fellas. So I did this fight earlier in the season. We already did a boss rush, took high ground off. This fight, we're not doing a boss rush. I'm just taking this with SheHulk. I apply all 3 Mr. Fantastic pre-fights, which is going to allow me to get more withers when I use the attack tactic, power down. And so I'm going to end with a light, and then I'm going to go back in and with a medium, boom, 5 suppression. So check this out. Kinetic Transference, gone. It is just gone. There is no Kinetic Transference because the withers are just draining him. Power stings, got some decent power sting damage on that. But guess what? Maw is a chump when he can't throw a special. And he's not going to throw one more special this whole fight, which is just awesome. Now I did do some duels against this guy. He did have stand your ground. So I'm not going to just like heavy spam him in the corner. Otherwise, this fight would have already been over. And yeah, SheHulk just destroys that Maw. Made him look like a joke. SheHulk, dude, she's a beast. With power down, man, she's just awesome. So I move up, I'm going up the middle, path 5, and we have a Sasquatch. It's unawakened, which is really nice. It has Ebb and Flow, Intercept, and Sadist. Now Sadist can give quite a bit of attack, you know, when you have a whole bunch of debuffs on, but I'm not even concerned too much about that. It's not going to be that significant. I just need to get an Intercept off here or there, and I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow, and when it happens, it happens. Bait that special 1, and I think I'm going to get an Intercept right off of here. Right there, yeah. Go off my special 2 with that Fury active, and get a couple more combos in there. Got to back off and bait a special. We are getting some power stings again from the SheHulk Mr. Fan synergy, which is super nice. And this guy's melting, and I think he ends up going into the Wrath of Tanarach, yeah, right here. But again, it's unawakened, so I can just counter without having to worry about the unstoppable, which makes this really easy. And just burnt to a toast. Simple fight with Torch. Torch, I love me some Torch. 1 out of 11. This is the 11th war, well, technically the 10th war of the season. Finally get to use him, and he just wrecks everything. So now here we're going to apply Flame On, and we're going to go in with Torch against Killmonger. And you might say, Torch versus Killmonger, class disadvantage, reverb. Well, 1, this guy had low sig, it was only sig 20. We get a little Intercept off right there. But, you know, the only extra power gain that this Killmonger is going to get is off of my parries. And otherwise, I can pretty much manage his power very well. To, you know, if he does, when he does trigger reverb, it's just going to be at low power. It's not going to do a lot of damage back. And then we'll get our intercepts in, you know, when we feel like it's a good point. I think right here I get one, that one felt a little sketchy, so I just immediately stopped and I just threw the special 3. We have the Fury active. You know, we are going to get an extra smolder from this. We already have Nova Flame going, and this Killmonger is just melting. Torch takes this down, no problem. I do have that protection debuff or buff still active from the Odin pre-fight, so if I happen to get like tagged with a big hit, it would help that damage, but no hits received, very minimal damage taken, and yeah, just totally wrecked that line. Torch, it's very fast, very, very powerful, and thank you to FSI for not banning him. I really appreciate it. Made me happy. So yeah, I type in, yeah, I wrecked him. So that was my assignment. I didn't have anything on Boss Island for my team, but here I'm going to showcase my teammate JGoody723. He's doing a Killmonger again with M.O.D.O.K again with Killmonger. Now, the first time that I showcased his boss kill earlier in the season, he had the Winter Soldier synergy that basically allowed you to activate True Strike when you intercepted, which just makes, you know, getting going a lot easier. But you know, he gets tagged there at the very beginning. He has an invuln boost on. We have White Magneto guidance for some extra attack, and yeah, basically the strategy that JGoody uses is pretty much build up to special 2, so you can get some indestructible charges. That way, you know, I mean, especially, you know, he had an invuln boost on. I think he lost 2 of the 3 hits at the beginning there, but it just kind of gives you some extra cushion. So, and then just draft back, intercept, or counter the special 1, and then he's doing like 4 hit combos, draft back, intercept, push him over to special 1, and yeah, so they're right there. Like, he took quite a few hits there. It took up, I think, the remaining hits of his indestructible, but it also ate up the indestructible charges that he got from the special 2, which is really nice. That's why he still has quite a bit of health. So special 2, if you can build to that, I believe that it is a really, really good way to go. And then after you have those, you can start like spamming special 1s, and then when he's got enough bleed charges, you can launch off the special 3. So he launched it with 25. You know, that's not going to be enough to kill him off. I don't know if he runs deep wounds. It seemed like those bleeds fall off pretty quick. I'll have to ask him and post that in my comments tomorrow and update the comment section. But like, I run max deep wounds, and those bleeds seem to run out pretty quick. But 25 bleeds I don't think is enough to quite do it. But you know, it all just depends on how you're managing the power throughout the fight, and like if you're getting crits to get 15 to 50 bleeds to throw off that special 3 to get the massive damage. But JGoody does a great job. Solos the M.O.D.O.K. We won our battle group 5-2. 2 deaths, it's decent. We want 0 and 1, but 2's not bad, and they died 5 times to us. 15 times overall. Our whole alliance died 7, which is respectable. I kind of always say that we want to be in the 4 to 7 range, and that allows us to be able to pretty much win most wars. So yeah, we won. Good job to FSI, and again, thanks for letting me play with Torch today. We go up 2 spots into Masters, going into last war. No, 2 spots, 5 spots away from Masters, rank number 5 and Platinum 1. So yeah, we got 1 war. We're 5-5. We can reach Masters. It is a possibility. We have to win this last war. As far as this war goes, I had 6 fights, 6 kills, no deaths. 62 fights on the season, 62 kills and 3 deaths. And yeah, Masters is our goal. We thought that we kind of blew it. Here's the leaderboard right now. You can see us down Platinum 1, number 5, and then Paulo, who's right below us. Basically, if we win, they can't jump us, even if they win, because they're too many points behind. But everyone in green, if we win and they lose, we can pass. A couple of these guys up in front of us, NSX, STKAG, depending on how good and how bad they do, possibly can pass some of those. But basically, we need 5 of those guys in green to lose, us to win. And then the alliance in orange, it's about 240,000, and then there's some change in there as far as like depending on how much attack bonus you give up, how much they give up, so we can basically pass up to 10 alliances. So there is wiggle room to get masters. We will see how this last war plays out. Man Alapan in our battle group, on our alliance, he's in VG1. He runs like the little Excel spreadsheet thing where, or Google Sheet, where they do all the matchmaking stuff. So we are actually facing the Platinum 1, number 4 alliance, right above us, NXS. So it should be a good war, and looking forward to it. It's kind of nice that they are ahead of us, because if we beat them, that's one less spot that we have to worry about somebody else losing. So we have control over that one. We just need to play well, and then we'll see how our chips fall with the rest of the leaderboard, and hopefully we can squeeze it out and end up 6 and 5. And then here is my collage that I've been building for this season. All the champs that I've used. I got to throw Torch on there. We took 5 fights today with Torch, and that is basically, let's see, 1, 2. That's my 5th most used attacker. Obviously, Thing at 24 fights. Then I got SheHulk at number 2 with 7, and then Guillotine and Nimrod at tied for number 3 with 6, and then Torch with 5. So I feel like I get a pretty varied assignment. Obviously, I love Thing, the Demps, who basically creates the original plan in our group. He knows that I like to use Thing. He hates Thing. We got this love-hate relationship, but yeah, it's all good. We gel pretty well as a team. And then all the champs that I've taken, a lot of iHulks. They just happen to be on my path assignments for some of the stuff that I do. Generally, I'm not bringing a counter for that fight. Either I'm bringing like a counter for like Maw or Kitty or APOC or something a little more specific, but getting a good variety of fights, good variety of champs to combat them with. And yeah, this season's kind of turned around. We had a terrible 4 war losing streak. We turned it around. Have had, even 3 wars ago when we lost, we had a decent outing. We just fell short by one death. We died 8 times. They died 7, and then we died 6. The next war we died 7. So we're doing a lot better. We haven't had any implosions like we had in the middle of the season. So we just really need to get our plan executed and see if we can't secure a master spot to finish out season 31. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Hopefully your season is going well. Hopefully you're on target for what you were trying to reach, whether it's masters, platinum 1 through 4, gold, whatever it is. Hopefully you get the spot that you felt that you were targeting for, or maybe even better. So but we'll see and I'll be posting that war as soon as I can, as soon as I get all the results. I always post it after everything is finalized and all that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the last one of season 31. Peace.